the man who fooled the Nazis, the genius behind WWII's greatest deception. He never fired a bullet. He didn't wear a uniform. He didn't storm beaches or pilot bombers. And yet, he helped save thousands of lives and may have shortened World War II by months. His weapon was a lie, a single perfect, beautiful lie. This is the true story of Operation Mincemeat, the most brilliant and bizarre deception in military history. And the man who made it happen. Ewan Montagu, the lawyer who fooled Hitler with a corpse. In the spring of 1943, World War II was at a deadly turning point. The Allies had pushed Rommel out of North Africa, but the question remained, where would they strike next? Italy? Greece? Southern France? To take back Europe, the Allies needed a foothold. They chose Sicily, a strategic gateway to the Italian mainland. But there was a problem. The Germans knew it, and with thousands of Axis troops defending the coast, any invasion of Sicily promised to be a bloodbath. The Allies needed a miracle. Instead, they created a ghost. Enter Ewan Montagu, a British naval intelligence officer with a mind as sharp as it was unconventional. Montagu had a wild idea, too wild for most. What if they could make him believe the real invasion would happen in Greece? And what if they could deliver that lie in a way that seemed utterly painfully real? The plan was called Operation Mincemeat. It would involve a dead body, a fake identity, a briefcase full of false secrets, and the hope that the Germans would take the bait. Montagu and his colleague Charles Cholmondeley began crafting a man who never existed. They called him Major William Martin of the Royal Marines. They dressed him in a uniform. They placed love letters in his pockets. They gave him theater ticket stubs, keys, receipts, the scattered bits of a life that felt lived in. But most importantly, they chained to his wrist a briefcase. Inside, forged top-secret documents, letters from Allied commanders suggesting an imminent invasion of Greece and Sardinia, not Sicily. Now, they needed a body. After a difficult search, they found Glyndwr Michael, a homeless Welshman who had died from ingesting rat poison. His body showed no obvious signs of trauma. He would become Major Martin. With quiet reverence, they prepared him. They ensured every detail was perfect. Then, on April 30th, 1943, they released the body off the coast of Huelva, Spain, where currents and German spies would do the rest. The world waited. Spanish authorities recovered the body. Following a carefully choreographed dance of diplomatic pressure and subtle manipulation, the briefcase passed into German hands. The documents were examined, photographed, analyzed, and then something incredible happened. Instead of reinforcing Sicily, the Germans moved divisions to Greece and the Balkans, thinning their defenses where it mattered most. On July 9, 1943, Allied forces launched Operation Husky, the invasion of Sicily. They met resistance, but far less than expected. The deception had worked. Sicily fell, Mussolini was overthrown, and the long road to liberating Europe had begun. But even as victory edged closer, the secret of Operation Mincemeat remained hidden for decades. Montagu never boasted. The press never knew. Even many within the British military had no idea how close they came to disaster, or how narrowly they avoided it. Only years later, when classified documents were released, did the world learn the truth. Ewan Montagu didn't just outwit the Nazis. He invented a new kind of warfare, where ideas, not bullets, win battles. In a war of tanks and trenches, he used fiction as a weapon. He proved that deception, when executed with precision, can be more powerful than force. And all of it was for a man who never lived. Major William Martin is buried in Huelva, Spain. His tombstone reads, "Our greater love hath no man than this, that a man laid down his life for his friends." But he didn't lay down his life. His life was borrowed. His story was a ghost story. A masterpiece of illusion that saved real lives and helped turn the tide of history. In the end, Operation Mincemeat wasn't just a deception. It was a reminder that sometimes the sharpest blade in war is the imagination, and that in the darkest hours of humanity, courage doesn't always carry a gun. Sometimes it carries a pen and writes the lie that saves the world.